Assalamualaikum, we are Group 1 and we will present a pre-debate. The topic that we choose is cloud classrooms will replace the traditional face-to-face classrooms. For me, I agree with this statement. Why? Because with our work becoming more digital, cloud classrooms offer greater flexibility and accessibility compared to traditional classrooms. Because of first, location independence. There is no need for students to commute because they can attend classes from any location with an internet connection. Those who live in distant places or have mobility issues will particularly benefit from this. Second, resource availability. A greater variety of digital resources and things that can improve the learning process are accessible in cloud classrooms. For example, students can easily access ebooks, online research database, and multimedia content that may not be available in physical classroom. And lastly, asynchronous learning. Numerous cloud-based learning platforms enable asynchronous learning and allow students to progress their own speed. They can revisit the recorded lectures and materials whenever they need, which can lead to a deeper understanding of the subject matter and accommodate various styles of learning. For example, I personally will rewatch the recorded lectures and to better understand and make some additional notes, which is very helpful for me.
Thank you, Yasmin. I beg to differ since I strongly believe that cloud classroom brings more harms than goods. This is because in terms of self challenges, in terms of disciplines, it seems that classroom requires students a lot more self motivation in order for them to attend the class right on time. Some student might just wake up right before the link was sent. Some might just choose to sleep throughout the class, and some might just choose not to attend the class at all. Secondly, other than that, the distraction from surrounding while attending cloud classroom seems bigger than traditional classes. As we all aware that not every student has a comfy study area. Some might just have a roof to cover up them from rain, but not to keep them comfy. While attending traditional classroom, give you a chair to sit on, a table to write on. And let's not forget about those students who live in rural area. They might have difficulties in order to find internet connection for them to attend the class. They might have some issue while attending the class while their connection lost during the class. And lastly, from me, I would like to emphasize that a cloud classroom happens to has lesser immediate supervision, or easier to say has less teacher supervision. This is way different than traditional classes where teacher can monitor their student right during the lesson and get feedback from students during and right after the lessons. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your opinion on this topic. I understand that some may disagree with the perspective that the cloud classrooms will replace the traditional face-to-face classroom. However, I agree with this statement. This is because cloud classrooms can enhance engagement through technology. For instance, cloud classrooms use interactive tools such as quizzes, polls, and discussion forums. These tools help students take part actively, making learning more exciting and dynamic. A live poll during a lecture can show how well students understood the material, allowing teachers to change their teaching if needed. Another point is gamification. Many online learning platforms use game-like features such as badges, leaderboards, and rewards for completing tasks. This can make learning more fun and motivate students to do better. Also, cloud classrooms often use multimedia content like videos, animations, and interactive simulations. These different types of content can help students learn in various ways. For instance, a video showing a science experiment can be more effective than just talking about it. Lastly, real-time feedback is a big plus for cloud classrooms. Technology allows students to get instant feedback on their work, helping the students to see how they are doing and where they can improve. This quick response can make them students more engaged and eager to learn.
Thank you for sharing your point. But today I totally against the cloud classroom will replace traditional face-to-face classroom. And my argument will be focuses on the digital divide and the equity issues that arise because we simply relying on online education. First, my main point is let's talk about equal access. I know that not every student has dependent internet, high quality technology, or quiet space at home for online learning, especially for students in underprivileged communities. These basic requirements is simply out of reach, and many students are simply left behind in studies because the lack of resources. In contrast, traditional classroom provide more equal opportunity because everyone have the access to the study. And second, the technology inequities. I have to admit that during the pandemic, we've been exposed with the severe technologies inequities. And there is a study shown that students from lower income families struggle to keep up simply because they didn't have any reliable internet or necessary devices. And this affected heavily on their learning ability and those who falling behind because simply they don't have any better resources and traditional classroom will simply eliminate all that problem. And my final point is the unpredictability of technology. Um, Cloud classroom heavily rely on digital tools, but they can have disadvantage because sometimes they have severe failures, software bugs, or even cyber attacks that can disrupt with learning. And this interaction simply can be quite frustrated sometimes because you can have a class online class, but out of sudden you don't have any Wi-Fi. On the other hand, traditional classroom they rely far less on the technology and making them more stable and reliable for uninterrupted learning. And in conclusion, while classroom have their advantage, we have to admit that they simply cannot replace the traditional class offer until we can ensure equal access to digital resource and overcome the technology hurdles, traditional classroom remain essential to maintaining fair and effective education for all students. I think that's all from us. Thank you.